Hi. We all have that favorite game series that we just love and just love to play them. In this case, it's Tony Hawk's games, and I love them. They're one of the best games. Great music, great gameplay. It's just boom, great games, and it's usually thanks to a certain developer. In this case, it's Neversoft. But there comes a time in everyone's life where the developer just doesn't want to do another game. Maybe they just made too many. Maybe they just don't have an idea for a worthy sequel. But people want a sequel, so what do? Well, you can give it to a different developer. Yeah, sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah, but what kind of developer would you give it to? Well, it can be, I think it will be a developer who either previously worked on a Tony Hawk game, like a port or something like that, or just a developer whose previous games are just great. Or you can give it to a developer whose previous games are, how can I say, mediocre crap that nobody likes to play. Wait, maybe they just made some crappy games. How many? 3 crappy games that nobody liked, nobody wanted to play them. That doesn't sound good, does it? No. So, it's Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD, done by Robomoto. And just to be clear, it works, but it doesn't work like a Tony Hawk game should. That's the problem. Let me tell you why. Tony Hawk games, they ran on a custom engine, on a Tony Hawk engine, which Neversoft made, and that was perfect. And so what do we get here? We get a game which runs on a first-person shooter engine, Unreal 3 engine, which I think is good for first-person shooters and third-person shooters, because Gears of War is good, Unreal is good, but it has like a serious problem that people don't seem to mind. I mean, it's a really bad problem. The textures need to load. It looks ugly, and how can anyone say, oh, that's a good engine, that's a really good engine? It's probably easy because I see everyone using that engine, and I assume it's very easy to use, and it's free, but that is not a good engine which has to load textures while in game. It just looks fucking ugly. So here's one problem, and because it was a custom engine, some features are gone. Like, I know how the DLC, but I've seen people do it happen, in the airport level of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, in the HD remake, where you can grind on through the X-ray machine. Well, you cannot do that in this. Why? Because the engine doesn't allow for grinding between, like, polygons, I think? I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. And that's one. I think that's 2 reasons why you should not get Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD. So what's the another reason? Well, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, it's basically a mixture of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. It just picks the best levels. But why would you choose best levels when you can put all of them together? Well, there is a game like that. It's called Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 X on the Xbox, on the original Xbox. And is it a good game? It's fucking brilliant. So why not just port that game, because it has all the levels from Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and some additional levels, which are okay, but either way, they have all the levels, all the skaters, all just Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 music, but it has everything, so why not just HD that onto the new console? That sounds like a good idea. It would have everything. It's a perfect idea. It runs on the perfect engine. It's good. So why don't you do that? No, let's just do like a smaller game. It only have like 6 levels, and they're good levels. But there was a game that already had all the levels, so it kind of sucks. Plus, it's the engine that sucks. Plus, they have like new music, which is not very good. It's just okay. Plus, its online features are shit. There's no split screen multiplayer. There's no creative skater. There's no creative park. Everything which was included in Tony Hawk 2X and the original Tony Hawk 2. So, another reason why you should not get this game. Yeah, and I originally, when I bought this game on my PlayStation 3, I had tons of crashes. And I assume that was due to my hard drive being shit, and now it doesn't do that, but it still is a crappy game. Because on the Xbox, it works fine, the frame rate is pretty smooth, at least I'm in the demo, in the first level, but when I bought it on PlayStation 3, I didn't have an Xbox at that time, and the first level, there's some, it's not a serious frame rate issue, but you can see it like drop, like noticeably, and that is just weird. And obviously, apparently, according to the blog where they had the interview, PlayStation had the interview with the developers, they said that they spent there was like a month delay between the Xbox and the PlayStation 3 version. And why was that delay? Apparently, because they needed more time to develop the game. That is bullshit, because it's not different. It's still the same crap, and it's even worse because of the frame rate crap. And it doesn't have anything added from like the Xbox version. It doesn't have anything different. So it was obviously like a deal with Microsoft to have the exclusive rights for like a month, which is just horrible when you think about a developer. You cannot take anyone seriously with that kind of attitude towards a game. Oh, we just give it to them and we just lie that we just have to spend more time. And how about the PC port, which the Xbox and the PlayStation 3 version have online? How about the PC version? Oh, fuck him. They don't need online. No, why would you give it to them? Fuck him. That is not fun. Horrible. And the price for this game, if you have a PlayStation 3, it's cheaper to buy the 2 PlayStation 1 games and play them on your PlayStation 3 without any problems. It's cheaper than to buy the Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD, which, like I said, sucks. There's plenty more problems with this game, like controls. Doing the world ride. I thought, maybe I haven't played in a while, so maybe that's why I sucked. But then I turned on the classic Tony Hawk game, and I'm doing the world ride, no problem. Then, in a school level, you want to do a grind? Those free grinds I have to do? Well, some of them will not work properly. Why? I don't know. That's fucking glitch. They don't know how to program a game. And how about this? When you do boneless in the original Tony Hawk games, you get this sound that makes it feel like you're doing a higher jump, because you do. But in here, oh, who needs a sound? That was a horrible sound. No, that was a great sound anyway. Well, that's what I mean. That was a horrible sound. Why would we have that? We can add it in a patch, but fuck it. Who cares? They won't even notice. And it really takes away the experience. Because it really felt like you could really jump higher. Without this, it just feels like do an ollie. It's the same thing. It's just weak. Yeah. Another problem. I mean, this is like just a minor, but in the Tony Hawk 2 and in the school level, if you go near the toilets, you will hear some funny sound. That's a pretty cool, like an Easter egg, I guess. And let's just drop that Easter egg. Who gives a shit? Nobody liked it. And how about this? To unlock, in Tony Hawk Originals, you played one character and you unlock levels for everyone. How about here? No, you have to unlock each level for everyone, even in Free Skate. That is just horrible design. But I don't want to fucking play everyone when the game is so horrible. It's just not worth my time, okay? And that is another problem, yeah. And the music I already mentioned, it's just, it has some good songs. It had half of the original songs, but they are, obviously some of them, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like this Goldfinger Superman. I get it, it's nostalgia, but it's not a really good song. It's mostly nostalgia, I guess. You like it? That's okay. I'm not a big fan. Okay? There's some new ones, and there's some catchy ones, but there's so many good songs that they could have had the whole soundtrack. They easily could have done it. I mean, Tony Hawk 2X done it. I mean, I know that was ages ago, but still. They could have had the whole soundtrack and add the new songs to have even more, because we live in an age where we can have more. We shouldn't sell for less. It's not like it's a mobile game where we don't have enough space, so we should just minimize the amount of content. No, it's a fucking PlayStation 4 game, PlayStation 3 game, or an Xbox 360, which have hard drives, and it's even a PC game, which obviously has a hard drive, which could be like 4 gigs. The game could be 4 or 5 gigs. But no, they just have everything less. But let's run the Unreal 3 engine. Let's have the texture pop up. Let's have some characters, and new professional skateboarders, which no one knows. I mean, it's cool that they have like a Tony Hawk's son. That's pretty cool. But the rest is just you would want the original roster from the original game, but no. It's just I don't get it. They they already had the game. They already had the game. They didn't have to do anything. I mean, some of you might be like playing the hunger level, and if you go to the thing behind you where you start, it looks different than the original Tony Hawk 2 game. And at first I was like, oh, they done something new, yay! But no, it turns out I recently played Tony Hawk 2X, and that's where it came from. They didn't even come up with that, so it's Treyarch. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. So here's the question: why didn't they give this game to a developer who already made a port? Like, here you go, Treyarch. They made the Tony Hawk 2X. They made the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 for the Dreamcast. They made them great. They made them even better than the PlayStation 1 versions. So, what the hell? Why not ask them? They obviously still make games for Activision. So, or maybe someone else like Shabba. Shabba Games. They made some great ports. I mean, I love Tony Hawk Project 8 on the PlayStation 2, even more than the PlayStation 3 version. And the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, they had like different level designs, because obviously they had to adjust it to the hardware. But it was great. And another developer, Vicarious Vision, they made some really good portable versions of the game, even like a 3D game on the DS. So you have good developers who already made the good ports, and they obviously are available. They still make games. Why not ask them? I mean, what if they say no? If they said no, I would like to have some kind of information about this, because I cannot find anything about anything like that. And that would be, interesting. If they said no, okay, I get it. They don't want to make it, but they would have probably made like the best, because they had really made good ports. Rubber Model, not so much. They made Tony Hawk Ride. Nobody liked that because they had like a clunky controller with didn't work. The level design stuck because it wasn't adjusted to the skateboard thing. And then the sequel, it just was pretty much the same thing. It still didn't work because the controller was kind of, obviously you had to get used to it, but it wasn't good, and the levels still were sucky. So yeah, but the next game they made like a licensed game of a movie, and it was an iOS game which ran on what engine? Unreal Engine. And was it good? No, it fucking wasn't. It was horrible. So questions. It raises questions. Why would you give it to them if they don't know how to make a good game? It's you obviously can say that all those problems that I said, like the no sound when you're doing the boneless, the problems with grinding, when it doesn't recognize the grind as it says the gap, but it doesn't actually recognize it as you're doing the challenge. You can say that's nitpicks, but no, they are not. When a game was done so good for many years, and even other developers made it good for many years, and you now suddenly we're in the future where it shouldn't go down. You shouldn't downgrade. We should upgrade. So the game should be better, not worse. It just raises tons of questions. Why? And apparently there's got to be a new game made. Tony Hawk game. I'm not sure. It's rumors. And if it's made by Robomoto, they can just suck my cock. Fuck off. I don't want a game from you. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but I'm seriously. I've never been this disappointed, except for Need for Speed games. They also disappoint me, but yeah. Why? They're good games. You could easily port it to Tony Hawk 2X. That would have been great. That would have been perfect. Obviously, the graphics wouldn't be, they wouldn't be like a true HD. They wouldn't be like up to standards today. Tony Hawk games were never about graphics. They were about gameplay. The fast-paced gameplay. The responsive controls. Everything. It's just... It breaks my heart. I wasted money, and it was on sale many times on the Xbox. I didn't get it, even though I know that would be like the better version than the frame rate. But PlayStation 3 has the controller, the D-pad. The D-pad that is perfect for Tony Hawk games. It was designed for this controller. I mean, the PlayStation 1 controller, but it's still, PlayStation 3 is basically PlayStation 1 controller, but better. And it's disappointing, nevertheless. So if you think about buying Tony Hawk Pro Skater to HD, think twice if you don't mind. I mean, people say it's good, and it raises questions. People say, "Oh, I love it, it's a nostalgia trip." You, either you played it once or twice when you were a kid and you never played any other Tony Hawk game, or it's the first game and you just want to sound like a dick, you want to sound cool. Oh, I've played all the Tony Hawk games, but you didn't, or you just saw a friend play it. Because you could not play the Tony Hawk games and say, "Oh, this is great." This either could this had to be your first game, or you just bullshitting, or you just maybe the developers are paying you to do this. And I could actually buy this, buy that they are actually paying people to say good stuff about the game, because to be honest, it's not a broken game because it works. It's done, it follows the Tony Hawk structure. It has all the controls, and it sometimes unresponsive, like I said. The frame rate sucks, and but it works. You cannot say that it's like bad game because it doesn't work or something like that. It's not over, it's like breaks over the world. I never played that game, but it's not that broken. It's just doesn't make any sense. So if Activision, you want to make or release a new Tony Hawk game, give it to someone else, please, I beg of you, don't give it to Robo Mono. Their games, if you look at the reviews the games got, they got really bad reviews, especially the Riot games. The concept was good, the execution not so much, because obviously the controller was expensive. Nobody wanted peripheral to play a game, because you want to sit down and play, you don't want to fucking ride on a board. But besides the point, I'm talking about Tony Hawk HD. It's a disappointment. The amount of levels, I like the amount of levels, by the way. Some people don't like them and they complain about that, but I think those levels are pretty great. They're maybe not the best, but they are good. But still, you could have ported Tony Hawk 2X, or upscale Tony Hawk 1 and 2 games. Just do something new. Why? It just makes no sense. I'm sorry if I'm dragging on for too long, but seriously, if you have played any of the Tony Hawk games and you really enjoyed them, I say fucking skip it. It's just not worth your money, and especially that it's fucking expensive. It's like 12 quid. That is like way too much. Like I said, if you have PlayStation 3, then buy the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 on PlayStation 1. No matter what condition, just buy them and play those. You will have a blast. You will literally have the best time of your life. If you buy Tony Hawk 2 HD, you'll be like, oh, I had a good time, but with the Tony Hawk 1 and 2, you fucking have a great time. If you have an Xbox, then the only solution I can think is if you live in America, and get the Tony Hawk 2X, because apparently that works on the American Xboxes 360s, because it's backwards compatible. But get a PlayStation 1 maybe, because it's cheaper than PlayStation 3 if you don't like it, or play it on PC with an emulator or something, or actually all the actual Tony Hawk 1 and 2 on PC. Just don't get Tony Hawk HD, because it's bad. It's, like I said, it's not a broken game. No, it is broken. It's not a bad game, it's a broken game. It just doesn't live up to the Tony Hawk series. It just has too many problems, and the developers said he played Tony Hawk when he was a kid. It was his favorite game, and now 30 years later he's making one. I don't think he did play it. He's just saying that. Maybe he did play it, but like I said, he was just played it once and oh, that was good, we should sell it, or was it rented or something like that. So developer of Role Modo, I'm sorry, I don't believe you're a bullshit story that you've played Tony Hawk, because this is not a game made by a person who played Tony Hawk. I wish I had programming skills, because I would try to make the best Tony Hawk game. I would try to make it as faithful to the original. I would not try to, see, the HD concept that it's a mixture of 1 and 2, that's pretty clever, I can give you that, but it's horrible because there was a game that really had everything and you just took away from it, and like a lot of it, like I said, create a skater, create a pod, create a obviously, with today, if they gave you like the Tony Hawk 2 Creator Skater mode, that would be kind of disappointing, because obviously we have such a great detailed Creator Skater and you know, the newest Tony Hawk games like American Wasteland or, you know, Proving Ground. We have like tons of stuff, so that would be kind of disappointing. But still, give anything, not just fucking just ignore it. So this is the end. I'm finishing. Hope you don't get Tony Hawk 2X, and if you did and you were disappointed, I'm sorry. I'm apologizing on the behalf of Robomoto, even though I don't know that, I don't. But still, I feel sorry for you that you had to play it. I feel sorry for myself that I had to play it. I regret spending money on it. Even if it was on sale, I would only I will only recommend if it's less than £2. Otherwise, don't get it. Don't get it. It's a shame that it came out. And it's bad because, yeah, I just wish Neversoft still made games. They obviously made like the mode for Call of Duty Ghosts, the Alien mode, so they're still making games, but Tony Hawk games, why not? I just guess like they made so many. They made like what, nine games, so obviously they're probably like tired of them too. Still, get the classic games. Oh, and on Xbox you can get the Tony Hawk American Wasteland. Get that. That is the best game, one of the best games. So, I hope you enjoyed my video review with no footage, but still, because I don't have a capturing machine. But still, I hope you enjoyed my review, and I hope you don't get the game. Hope you played the original classic Tony Hawk games, and you realize if you play the Tony Hawk HD and you're gonna play the new, the old games, I hope you have a good time. I know you will, because they're